were to ask Newton, like, what is your profession? Newton would never say he was a scientist or a philosopher. He would say, first and foremost, he was a theologian. He was most interested in discovering the mind of God. And that's why he developed his mathematical and physical systems in order to better decipher the mind of God. Okay, so let me give you an example of this. At this time in history, most Christians understood that history was theological. Theological comes from the Greek telos, which means purpose. So history is moving towards the end, which is second coming of Christ. Newton's great insight was to understand that if history is indeed theological, then it has structure and order, and therefore it can be expressed mathematically. And so if you can figure out the mathematical underpinnings of the world, then you've proven that history is theological, and therefore you've proven that God exists. Newton's three laws of motions, right? Let's summarize Newton's three laws of motions. Law number one, things that are at rest stay at rest. Number two, force equals mass times acceleration. Number three, for every action, there must be an equal reaction. Okay? So what people don't understand is these three laws are not physical laws. They are first and foremost an ontological argument which proves the existence of God. So the first law, things that are at rest must stay at rest. Okay, so we can imagine that at the beginning of time, everything was at rest. If everything's at rest, it can't move by itself, according to the first law. Therefore, something must have moved things to put things in motion. And this is what Aristotle calls the prime mover. Second and third law implies that there's a structure and order and purpose to the universe. And who designed this structure, order, and purpose? It must be God. Okay? So what's interesting is that these three laws of motion, they prove that God exists, but much more importantly, they are the basis for a new religious movement called deism. And deism is important because deism is the main religion of the founding fathers of America. Okay?